inside your face pisses me off!
You're looking at everything we know about Akane-san. It took an entire organization to gather this. But all it really amounts to is a birth date and an address.
That doesn't sound right. Kiryu-san, I thought that agency was all 007, like with spies and stuff. Shouldn't they be able to write entire books on someone?
Yeah, what gives?
Could be she's harder to track as a member of the general public. Whereas if she kept a higher profile, there'd be no shortage of news coming in.
Ah, good point.
Chitose, it can be the tiniest detail. But if you know anything that's not on here, we need to know too.
Actually, one thing does come to mind.
Oh yeah? What is it?
None of this says anything about her career.
Her career?
Yeah, Akane-san's the director of an orphanage. She's been there, like, forever.
No kidding. Well, Captain Sawashiro never mentioned anything like that. Maybe he didn't know either.
I haven't been to the place in person, but I do know where it is, if you're interested.
You bet I'm interested. That orphanage might have the clues we need.
Agreed. Let's head over there.
Yo, tell me. Mind if I join you?
I was just hoping for a drinking partner.
Ha, then I'm your man. Whoa. Some days it really hits the spot.
You much of a drinker, usually?
Kinda, except when I came to Hawaii. I got so wasted my clothes were stolen. Hard to claim I can hold my liquor after that.
Oh yeah.
Why? What about you?
I've cut back lately. A while ago, I was going way too hard. You know, trying to forget.
Oh, forget about Marie, you mean?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, but, you know, hey, time heals all wounds is what they always say. Even being stripped bare-assed in public. You know, you'll laugh about it in a few years.
Has time really healed those wounds, though? They seem pretty deep.
Sometimes I think it has. Other times, I still feel tender. The Barracudas ruined way more lives than just mine and Marie's, you know? I mean, that frame job scam was old hat by the time they got me. It's just hard to imagine anyone else took it at their happiest moment, you know, like I did. Girl I loved was having my kid. I would have given anything for one more day with her.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Don't be an idiot. Always thinking about it anyway. So the night that Marie and I first met,
Oh, you want to talk about this?
do you mind? Been a long time since I told this story. Let me get through this.
Well, I'm happy to listen, I guess, if you're okay.
I can't believe it was over a decade ago. Ugh, means I've been cabbing that long, too. Back then, I'd spend my nights at clubs, picking up girls, which, of course, went nowhere, usually.
Usually. But that word's doing some heavy lifting.
Do you want to hear my story or not?
Okay. Sorry.
One night, I hit on this girl with a boyfriend. I wouldn't normally do that, but I was dead drunk. And the boyfriend, he's this massive pro wrestler looking lifter. And he dragged me to an alley and he kicked the shit out of me so bad I thought I might actually die.
That's the worst pickup story ever. Does Marie really show up in it?
Stop interrupting, I'll get there. So I'm lying in the alley, hurling out my guts. And then this woman finds me and cleans me up. Marie happened to be there that night with one of her coworkers. And we'd never seen one another before. But there she was, caring for a total stranger, staining her nice clothes with my blood.
Wow, well, that's something special.
Yeah, probably the worst night of my life. Before she made it the best. Sure as hell I made a move on her. I mean, how could I let someone like that slip away?
Oh, right.
You know, it's funny. Now, I say it's the best night of my life, but down the road, it's what ends up ruining hers.
Oh, Tommy.
When we found out she was pregnant, she quit her job. 6 months later, I was in prison. All because a scumbag like me couldn't let her go. She could have had so much better.
Marie wouldn't see it that way, I'm sure.
I appreciate you saying so, but there's no way to find out.
Hey, Tommy, do you ever think about trying to locate her? You said she would visit you, right? In the beginning, at least?
Of course I tried looking for her. First thing I did. No luck. When I got back to our home, everything of hers was gone. Not a trace left behind. Don't follow me. Doesn't get much clearer. I left this amazing woman to suffer all on her own as she'd lost a child. Whatever the circumstances might have been. You can't go on with someone after that.
Know what? I'm a pretty bad judge of character.
Huh? Why you say that?
The first time we met, you pulled a gun on me, remember? If you asked me then, I'd have said you were nothing more than a petty crook. But now, listening to you, I think everybody's carrying something you can't see right away. Everybody out there.
I'd almost forgotten about sticking you up. Did I ever apologize to you for that?
It doesn't matter anymore.
No. Some things do matter.
Huh?
I am sorry for the way we met, Ichiban.
Well, you're forgiven. If you buy the next round. Let bygones be. And just don't rob anybody else either.
I'll do my best.
Hey.
Thanks.
Yo, Ichiban. You got a minute? I wanted to ask something.
Me? Sure. I'm always down.
And not to get too heavy, but it's about Marie again. Yeah, you remember? After I went to prison, she pretty much vanished from the earth. Figured she never wanted me to look for her. And I'm fine with that, if she's happy somewhere. So I got in touch with some old friends we had, ones I haven't seen since. I asked if any of them had heard from her, know how she's doing.
Holy shit, did you find anything out? Is she okay?
Long story short, yeah, probably. I don't know 100% yet.
Right, you have to see for yourself, don't you?
Yeah, only when I think about that,
It won't exactly be easy seeing her again.
yeah, in so many words, yeah.
Tommy.
Marie's friend told me that while I was locked up, she nosedived bad. She'd already quit her job for the baby, but then she lost touch with everyone else in her life. She might have left Hawaii entirely at that point, according to them.
Really? Well, that could be why you didn't find anything when you first looked.
Yeah, but recently someone saw her on a beach here in the city. She's back in the old neighborhood. Apparently, she looks all right from a distance.
Well, what are you gonna do, tell me?
Marie may be back on her feet, but for all I know, she only got there by burying the past. In that case, she could very well want me to stay forgotten.
No way. She wouldn't think that.
And there's, you know, what have I done besides lick Yamai's boots since I got out again? If I saw Marie today, what would she think of me? Meanwhile, she could be with a new guy. Hell, she could have a new family by now.
Tommy.
I'm sorry, you didn't sign up for this, did I? What am I supposed to do?
In your imagination, Marie would really never want to think about you again?
Yeah? I mean, why would she? Look, forget it. I shouldn't have brought this shit up. Just, tell me one thing, honestly. What would you do in my place? You're me. Would you really go look her up?
There is no right answer here. You can't know anything for sure.
I mean, that's true, but it sucks shit.
Think of it like this. In 10 or 20 years from now, what would you regret most? It is possible that seeing you will only bring back bad memories. But the thing is, nothing will ever be certain until you see it with your own eyes. Understand? You're worrying, well, what if she doesn't want to see you? Well, what if she's in trouble and needs help?
I don't know.
If you really can't do it yourself, I can go check up on her for you. Promise, don't let this opportunity pass you by. It'll keep haunting you forever if you do.
Ichiban, man,
Sorry if I was out of line there.
out of line. No, I needed you more than I realized. Thank you. You really helped me.
Cool.
You're right. All I know is that Marie, or someone who looks like her, is in town. Unless I see for myself, everything else is my mind running wild on me.
I hope she's doing well.
So do I. Even if that means she's got no room in her life for me. You know, if I can be sure that she's happy, I'll be okay.
You're a hell of a guy, Tommy.
Is it me, or do you sound sad now?
Well, this might undermine my advice, but the truth is, I'm in the lurch too. I proposed to this girl a while back, and she still hasn't given me an answer.
Whoa, you're down worse than I am, and I've been listening to you?
I was afraid you'd say that.
Shit. You need advice from me?
Let me think. Tommy, find Marie first, and then we'll get to my problems.
All right, but... Man, talk about ending on a sour note.
Yeah, that's why you end chats like this with drinks, not words.
Well said.
Yo, Chichan!
Hey, I already started drinking without you.
Yeah, I can see that. Mind if I join you?
Sure, go for it.
Oh, yeah. The last time it was just the two of us drinking, there was a little incident. Let's just say it left me in a real bad spot.
Right. You got drugged and tossed out in public. Buck naked. Maybe you ought to be more careful, just so it doesn't happen again.
Man, that feels like forever ago. A lot sure changed, huh? When I first came to Hawaii, I didn't know a single soul. But now it's like, I've got the whole gang here.
Oh, goes to show you're a real popular guy. You always end up making friends left and right. You make it look so easy. Is it really?
Personally, I think I've got way more enemies.
Yeah, fair. The two of us sitting like this actually reminds me of the time I drank with my dad.
Your dad? Oh, you mean the head of the Fujinomiya family?
Well, everyone calls him the chairman. He's surrounded by associates at all times. But his real family? Well, we're just for show.
For real? What the actual heck?
If you're representing the great Fujinomiya group, then you gotta be the perfect dad, adored by all, and especially by your family. We're just accessories to help sell that image. Whenever we take a family photo, there'd be an entire camera crew. Felt like we were posing for a company commercial.
I'm guessing you don't exactly like your dad.
Yep, just about. Can't say we've got a healthy relationship.
Did you drink with your dad a lot?
Huh?
You said this reminded you of that earlier, didn't you?
Oh, guess I did. I only ever drank with him once, though, just before I came here. Didn't even have fun either. Drinking alone with your parent is just awkward.
I wouldn't know. I never had a chance to drink with either of mine.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you guys even talk about then?
What was it again? Stuff about how much our company's stocks were worth? He went on about restructuring, about what sucked, and about making cuts. Maybe that's all he could think about. So that was the only way he could pass the time.
Okay then. But why were you two drinking together in the first place?
My dad invited me out. We didn't know how long I'd be in Hawaii at the time. Since we wouldn't be seeing each other for a while, maybe he wanted to give parenting a shot. Even if it was just a formality.
You don't have to be so negative about everything, you know?
You know, I'm kind of jealous of you, Ichiban.
Of who now?
'Cause, like, you love your parents so much. You even came all the way to Hawaii to meet one of them. I don't think I could ever see my parents that way. It's a personal problem, though.
It's not too late to start improving your relationship now. He's still around, right?
Yeah, true. Can't be much different than this. You guys are around the same age, so...
What? No way. Really? How old is your dad, Chi-chan?
A little older than 50?
Oh, guess you're right. Well, I'm almost pushing 50 now.
Having a drink with you is kind of relaxing, Ichiban.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm having a great time too. So don't go drugging me again, all right?
Sorry, but what was that again? I can't keep track of every little incident.
Exactly what a big shot would say. Hey, Chi-chan?
Yeah?
What kind of person is Akane-san anyway?
Why do you ask?
Oh, you know, no matter what I feel about her, Akane-san meant the world to my boss. And when it comes to him, well, he was everything I ever wanted to be. So, I guess I'm just curious what he saw in her.
Okay. And we'd better find Akane-san quick. That way you can get your first impression directly. The last thing I want to do is put thoughts in your head.
Is that how it works?
That's how it works. Must be nice, though.
What is?
Wanting to see your mom, despite not knowing how to feel. That's more than I could ever say about mine, let alone my whole family.
That right?
Oh, hey, I think we're here. Oh, check it out. It's the Flame of Palikana.
Palikana?
Yeah, yeah, they're a volunteer group. You'll see them all over Hawaii. Doing soup kitchens, picking up trash at the beach. It's real charity stuff.
Huh. Never knew you'd be interested in volunteering.
Oh, I would know. 'Cause I showed up at their food bank one time.
Really?
Yeah, they gather unsold food from all the local stores and they divvy it out to the people who need it the most.
Tommy, you help feed the poor? I'm impressed.
Nah, man, I was there getting fed.
Ah, should have known.
Excuse me, can I help you folks with anything?
Yes, actually. We're here to ask about a lady named Akane.
Is she all right? Did you find her? Sorry for the outburst there. I had assumed you were with the police.
No need to apologize, ma'am. If anything, I'm sorry I got your hopes up.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Dana, one of the caretakers. I've been working with Akane 20 years now.
That's a long time.
Yes. And for her to disappear so suddenly, it's just...
Unheard of, right? When'd she up and disappear?
As of now, it's been 13 days. All she left was a single note behind, and that was it.
13 days. That lines up with what Chi-chan said.
Yeah. Dana, what'd the note say?
I resign due to unforeseen circumstances. Nothing more. Akane's always been so responsible. I immediately thought that couldn't be right. But the handwriting was definitely hers.
Did you report anything to the police?
Of course. But after the handwriting analysis confirmed the note was hers, they dropped the case. We couldn't get them to look into it any further.
I'm sure you've been asked this a bunch of times already. But do you have any idea where she might have gone?
Unfortunately, I don't.
All right.
Miss Dana, you won't believe it! Yeah, the tomatoes we planted turned out huge!
Oh, wow. I see that. Why don't you share some with our guests?
Okay.
Huh.
Here you go.
Wow, thanks! Looks delicious.
We grow them in the garden ourselves.
Huh.
Who are they?
Oh, they're friends of Miss Akane's.
Really? Does that mean Miss Akane's coming back?
Sweetie, that's still gonna take some time.
Oh, how long? I really want to see her again.
I wish I could give you an answer. Hey, I know. Why don't you go fetch a watermelon, too? Find the biggest one you can.
On it!
They really care about her, don't they?
Yes. Akane was the closest thing to a mother these kids ever had. In fact, she may have raised over 100 kids during her time as director. That's why people often tell her she has the biggest family on the island.
That's a lot of love there.
Oh, yes. She's been here 40 years, after all.
40 years. That would mean she started working here not long after leaving Japan.
Right. Which is around when Captain Sawashiro met her. Did she choose to stay in Hawaii for the kids?
Dana, how much do you know about Akane-san's past?
Her past? Well, nothing. She wasn't one to talk about herself.
Did she ever have problems with people, or seem like she was in trouble?
I certainly can't imagine her having enemies. No one abided by the teachings more than she did.
The teachings?
The beliefs Palekana holds sacred. You may not know this, but fundamentally we operate as a religion.
Really? I always thought Polycana was a charity organization.
Charity is a key part of what we do, but our roots as a religion trace back hundreds of years on these islands.
Whoa. So you guys got a lot of history then.
I'd like to think so. Palekana centers its worship on Nele, a volcano goddess.
Volcanoes, huh? That's definitely something Hawaii is known for.
Indeed. Volcanic activity has also shaped the fabric of our lives, especially in ages past. On one hand, volcanoes are a symbol of fear and destruction. But on the other, they represent balance and restoration. I think it's only natural to see a spark of the divine in such an awe-inspiring presence.
Right. That's similar to Japan's early volcano worship, too.
I guess it's universal. Seeing something awesome in nature and being inspired.
Yes, and that's why we strive to coexist with nature, so that Nele might look down on us with peace. Were we to abuse her gifts of fire and the land we call home, we would surely invite destruction.
I'm assuming that's why Polycana has the flame logo going on?
That's right. Fire is a very sacred element among us. As a reminder of our faith, we always keep a fire lit, taking care not to let it burn out.
Now that you mention it, I remember Akane-san had an LED candle in her bedroom. Was that a part of her faith?
I'm sure she was just being careful for a woman of her age living alone. Besides, the candle itself is only a representation. What really matters is how you tend the fire in your heart.
A sacred element, huh? Is that why the kids took it slow around the candles?
So you noticed. They're taught to protect the flame from when they're little.
Huh. Actually, I was wondering, why do you guys run an orphanage?
That's based on another belief of ours. As a religion grounded in nature, we feel called to treat the land and those who live in it with compassion. Doing so will help the community grow and bring our hearts closer as one.
And helping kids grow is a part of that. I'm impressed.
We also run several other facilities, including a homeless shelter and transitional housing for families.
You know, the one time I went to a Polycana food bank, it was real nice. No, they just fed me without any preaching at all.
Well, we're not in the business of preaching.
So, you asked for nothing in return. Huh. Kudos to whoever's in charge.
The children here seem like believers, though.
Well, it's not like we indoctrinate them. We hope that by exemplifying the teachings in our daily lives, the children might see our faith in action and believe. And in that regard, Akane was unmatched. Everyone admired her for her spirit.
Huh. So she was a woman of faith.
Yes, and there wasn't a selfish bone in her body. All she wanted was to help the weak and less fortunate. That's what drew so many to her, and why I have a hard time believing she had enemies. And for her to just leave without a word of goodbye is just bizarre.
Dang. Guess they don't know much more than we do.
All right, Dana. We've grabbed all we can, so I'm gonna haul this over to the food bank.
Hey, thanks, Callan. Any chance we can throw in some meat or fish to go with it?
I wish, but I don't see any fishermen or butchers around here. Think we're good to go with what we got?
Well, I guess this'll just have to do then.
Mind if I ask what's going on?
Oh, well, today it's our turn to donate to the food bank. We always have plenty of vegetables, but I'd prefer to offer a full range of nutrition. Akane was always the one to call up stores, and they'd bring us more than enough. But since she went missing, the donations stopped coming in.
To be honest, I think they just liked interacting with Akane. When it's us, we don't know how or even who to ask. It's like starting from scratch.
I get it. Then why don't we lend you a hand?
Oh, yeah?
Why not? We'll go across the island and back if we have to.
That's quite sudden.
Well, it's not like I want to volunteer out of nowhere. I just thought we could help people and maybe learn about Akane-san in the process.
Oh,
I mean, that could work. Tracing your daily routines might lead to something new.
Then why not give it a shot? I don't see any other options right now. So long as we don't stir up any trouble while we're at it.
Course not. We're gonna give it all we got and then some.
Well, you're quite the energetic one. I suppose I should take you up on your offer. Callan, would you mind taking them over to the food bank?
Ah, not at all. Okay, the rules are very simple. You go and collect food, then bring it back right here. But the most important rule of all, it can't be just anything you find on the shelves. It has to be made in Hawaii.
So, only Hawaiian-grown foods?
Polycana stresses the importance of aloha aina, love for the land and its people. Even when it comes to donations, the idea is local production for local consumption. So whether it's fish or meat, make sure they're native to Hawaii, okay?
You got it. Then let's get down to work. Leave it to me. You know, Hawaii uses soy sauce way more than I expected. I always figured soy sauce wasn't big overseas. Pleasant surprise.
Might just be a Hawaiian thing. Japanese immigrants brought it over.
Ah, never knew that. But then, it tastes different from Japanese soy sauce.
Well, consider that its taste varies between regions of Japan as well.
Is it really?
Kyushu soy sauce tastes sweet, for instance.
Sweet soy sauce?
Yeah, I was surprised too. It's used to make some stew sweeter. By now I've developed a taste for it.
Hey, Tomo-kun, where to next?
Starting to get hungry. Aya-chan, Okomoko sound good to you?
Yeah, Locomoco for sure. Good call.
Think there's a place this way.
Sheesh, manners are free, kid. Wait, manners nothing. In Hawaii, littering's illegal, isn't it? I should say something. Hey, buddy. Trash belongs in trash cans, all right?
Fuck off. It's not mine. I don't even drink that shit.
What'd you say?
Creep. Let's go, Tomo-kun.
Hey, come back here! Clean up after yourselves!
Trash detected. Trash detected.
What the hell? Is that giant vacuum cleaner Sojimaru? If this thing's here, that means...
By that distinctive head of hair. Is that you, Lord Shrub?
I don't believe it. Professor Okita? Professor Okita's the inventor who developed a home cleaning robot called the Soji. Then he started working on an industrial-sized one to clean all of Yokohama. Of course, it went berserk on its first test run. Oh, what a nightmare. I can still hear her digital healing music.
Fancy seeing you all the way out here. Taking vacation?
Something like that, yeah. What about you, Doc? Finally laying Sojimaru to rest here in paradise?
Of course not. Since you and I last saw one another, I've been hard at work on Dear Sojimaru. Recently, an American company took an interest and offered me a position. So now I spend my days here, perfecting Sojimaru and taking in the sun.
Hey, pretty good deal. Sojimaru must be almost ready for her world debut. Although she doesn't actually look that much different, does she?
should know that it's what's under the hood that matters, Lord Shrub. I'm on the cusp of a major breakthrough, in fact. One that will revolutionize vacuum AI.
AI?
Artificial intelligence, of course. Sojimaru is learning to think for herself. Soon she'll be able to reason as well as any human being.
Hard to imagine how that's even possible, but damn. Sojimaru would really think just like you and me?
Precisely so. The Sojimaru intelligence model, I call her. And the finishing touch will be her incinerator. Imagine, soon she'll be able to deduce where trash lurks, then instantly incinerate it with complete autonomy. And she can also make pancakes with the incinerator.
Wow. Guess you've really evolved, Sojimaru. Pancakes from your trash hole don't sound very appetizing, though.
Well, this Sojimaru has yet to undergo such evolution. She's still the Yokohama model you're familiar with, essentially.
Oh, yeah?
You see, just as I'd finished writing her new program, the market experienced a massive semiconductor shortage. Prices went through the roof. Even the seed money I'd been given wasn't enough.
I get it. Sometimes you just can't catch a break, huh?
And of course, what few semiconductor chips I could get my hands on were all used up on her music and streaming services.
Right, again, I'm not sure a vacuum needs those kinds of features.
Lord Shrub, I must ask you for a favor.
Let me guess. You want me to bankroll you again?
Astute as ever, Lord Shrub. We really do operate on the same frequency, you know.
I wouldn't go that far. So, how much do you need?
Let's see. I'd say another $3,000 would cover the new prototype.
3,000, huh? Oh, figures it wouldn't be pocket change.
I'll compensate you handsomely when she's finished. And it needn't be all at once. Just contribute what you have when you can.
All right, I'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you! I spend a lot of my time here, so please, come find me when you have the cash.
Yeah, sure. I'll see you around.